Now, let's say you have a list. Um, you see this. Now, this list, class list, is in the module name builtins.py. Okay. This class list, remember one thing, there are two objects. Okay. One is the object that we create in the when we write classes. From the classes we create objects. That object is different, and this object is different. Okay. This object is nothing but the parent class. Okay. And just remember this thing in your mind. Okay. I mean, we'll understand about that later part. Just remember that. Now, inside this class list, we have, let's say, append. Everyone knows that in class list we have append method. Yes,
Yes, sir.
exactly. So we have the append method and everything. So this append method, a function that is created inside a class, is called method. So this list is a class. This list is a class. I haven't created my class yet. I'm just showing you the class that is present in Python. Okay. So this is a class list. The name of the class is list. Okay. So a function that is created inside a class is called method. So now, yeah, I mean, you can take anything. Pop method, remove method, you can call it as a function because it is a function that is created inside a class. And if a function is created inside the class, we call it as method. What do we call? We have a normal function that we learn like this. See, let's say def add, I'll pass parameter a b, colon, right return. A plus b. So I'll just write add. So this add that I'm writing here is a function, right? It's giving me 3. So this is a normal function. When you create a class and you put this function inside your class, then that is called as method. That function is called as method. Clear? Is this clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, just give me a minute. Hold on. So everyone is understanding, like everyone is understanding like what we are trying to learn here. Like till now, like you got the idea, like what's happening. Yes. Okay. So let's say, okay. Now let's say creating equals to list of So we write this append, right? This append method that we write here is nothing but a method, right? This append method that we write here is nothing but a method, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
method inside the class.
yes. So no, what I'm trying to refer here is whenever you write numbers dot append, then there you have reverse method, clear, copy, count method. Now this this is nothing but it belongs to what? List. That is why you see here, see, append, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove. Okay. Now let's say I'll try to define a class now. Okay. Let me I'll try to define class. Class. Okay. And like while creating a class, we have to remember like the first capital letter is capitalized. Okay, I mean the first letter is capitalized. Let's say I'm going to create a class as dot. Okay, and colon. Let's say uh I'll I'll try to do one thing. Hold on, okay. Just give me a minute, okay. Hold on. Just give me a minute, okay. Hold on. All right, I'm back, okay. Hold on. So I'm going to create a class dot, okay, and I'll write enter. I'll define a function here. The function name is move. Okay. So I'm defining a function here inside the class dot. This is method. Okay. This is method. This is the class. The name of the class is dot. Okay. Now you have to make sure this thing while creating the class, the the first letter should be capitalized and like of every word like you can say like if you know this Pascal naming convention, that is nothing but like you can, this is dot and I have something here, dot one or something, or maybe dot c, the other word should be capital like that. Okay, if there is two word, so I'm just writing one word now. Now let's say um let's let's not do one thing, let's not create this, or maybe let's just create this, no problem. Okay, I'll write here one thing self, and I'll talk to you about in some time. Okay, just just understand that there is one self thing over there. Okay, and I'll just print.
Sir, that self you are passing as an argument.
Yes, I mean a parameter. Okay,
Okay, okay,
now
okay.
so
Default
just
parameter.
yeah, I'll just info like I'll just explain you in the later part. Just give me some time. Just assume there is a self uh parameter over there. Okay, so this, just focus on the function that I'm writing here. I have a class named dot. Inside, I have definition function name is move. This is the function inside the class dot. So you will call this as move method. Okay, this is a method of this created by this dot class. Okay, now let's say uh, we have this, and then let us define one more method. Let's say draw, and I'll just pass you again this cell. Well, I'll print normal function. Okay, and we need to make sure that between this two line, there is this two line break like this. Okay. Okay. Now, if I run this, okay, I have created this class dot. Okay. So an object, an object is an instance of a class. So uh, just understand the things that are coming from my mouth. Okay. I'm going to tell you slowly. Just listen to. An object is an instance of a class. A class simply defines the blueprint. Class simply defines the blueprint. Or to create an object. Blueprint to create an object. So a class simply defines the blueprint or uh, to create an object. So object are the actual instance based on the blueprint. Now, to create an object, we type the name of our class. What is the name of our class?
dot dot.
Okay. Now, this is the name of my class. And call it like a function and store it in a variable. So I will call my class as a function and store it in a variable. So let's say dot uh, dot underscore one. Normal dot underscore one is my variable name. And this is the dot, the name of my class. And I'm calling it as like a normal function. Okay. Now, if
Uh,
you run, yes,
Hello, sir. One doubt. So that dot function which you are telling, that is not defined under it, right? How you are able to call?
no, 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 no. It is defined. This cell, do you see here? It has been run, and I have created the class dot. Okay, and from this class dot, I will create an object. So this is the name of my object dot underscore one, and I'm going to create the object now.
So so you mean to say that dot function is already available to this class, inside this class somewhere? It is not
No,
visible to
no,
us.
no. Dot is the name. I defined it. The way you write the function name, definition function name, the way you write anything you write, I just wrote dot.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
that, okay. So it's not a reserved thing. Like we are, this is the name of a class, name of a variable, identifier. Simple thing.
Okay, sir.
Uh, okay. Now, look, dot
Faisal,
underscore one. Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. I think you are taking oops, right? I joined late.
yeah.
Okay,
I am
okay.
taking oops.
Okay, you just started, I guess. Okay.
I think 20 minutes past, I think.
Okay.
20,
You have
25.
explained about class, right? Class.
Class is going on, yes.
Okay, okay, fine. No problem.
So, I mean, I request you to like watch the videos. I mean, like
Okay,
within
okay, okay.
10.
I will take care. I will.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so you can just focus here as of now. This is the class, the name of the class. I mean, dot. Okay. And inside the class dot, I have created two. In the normal way, I mean, uh, not keeping oops in mind, this is a function for me, normal function. If I'm not creating that in a dot class, normal function. But then if I'm creating this inside a class, this is a method for me now. Let's say what I mean, I'll just tell you. So right now, uh, let me just show you. Hold on. Now we can do like this. Okay, let's say dot underscore one equals to x. I mean, right, equals to 10. And let's say dot underscore first. equals to 20. Okay. I'll run print 1 underscore 1 x 10. So now you can create another object. Let's say I have created this object, right? Dot underscore 1 and dot underscore 1 dot x equals to, I'm just giving a value again, dot underscore dot y, another value. I'm just getting like this an attribute x and y. Okay. Now I'll just show you, like, these are the object now.
Sir,
Okay.
so that x and y is present under dot.
Yeah. See, dot doesn't have an attribute x. So we just gave it an attribute as x.
So
Okay.
you meant so that x and y is creating at the runtime, though we are
Yeah.
not defining under it dot.
Yes. See, attributes are like they are not constant, they are variable, so you can just assign it and you can change it. So I'll just come
Okay,
to
sir.
that. Yeah, I'll just come to that. So let's say mm, we have this, and let me just show you one thing here. Uh, dot underscore 1. So I told you that this is a method, right, inside the class dot, right? So I can use this method, right?
Move,
Because I have
move,
yeah,
move and draw is the method, right?
yeah, move and draw is the method. So I can use this method, right? Because this is the same method like um dot. So if I do again, I'll just show you here.
Sir,
Let's
use
say
of self parameter, sir.
Yeah, sir,
wait,
correct. Actually, you called that method, but why you did not pass that argument, sir? Sir,
wait. Don't will not go there. Hold on. Hold on. Just give me a minute. Hold on. I'll just show you. Listen. See. Let me just explain you this first. This class dot we have created, and inside the class dot we have move and draw method. Exactly in the same way. This there is a, like, when you do help of int, you'll get the class, this a class object. And then if you see inside this, we have so many method, right? If you see here, we have so many methods here. So what I'm trying to say here is, let's say I'm going to write dot move method. If I run this particular cell, what will be my output? Will I get an error
move
or
will
like what?
print, right?
Exactly.
But
So
but sir, it's bit confusing
yes,
because you are define that method with that argument self, right? And while calling that method move dot one dot move, you are not passing any argument to that method. How it is working, sir?
I can't understand. Just tell me again.
No, no, means what I am trying to say, sir.
We
Like
have
you have.
created the object. Listen, this is a
Sure.
class
Okay.
dot. Okay. From this class dot, we have created the object. Okay. And from the object, we can just call the method, because this is this is an object created by this class. Whatever the specification that you have here, you can just call here the functionality or the specification that you create for this class. So these are nothing but the functionality and the specification that you are calling, like an object here. Clear?
Sir, use of self parameter, sir. Asking about the.
Yeah, yeah, sir. Right, sir. That was
So I'll
completely.
just wait, hold on. This use of self parameter will come. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'll just show you. Now, you guys understood, right? This thing. This is the method that we created after creating the class. You understood this? This is same like the dot append method you use. Even there is one function that is created as append, and because it does something internally, it is going to output. It is going to append at the last element, right? So exactly the same way, we created a method here, and we just told that like we are just printing move. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, please continue.
Okay. Now, let's say um So I'll talk about the constructor, and once I talk about the constructor, then you guys can understand what this self is. Okay. Now,
Okay, so I think if you are moving to the next, concept, go back.
Sir,
One sec,
once
one sec.
again,
Okay.
dot one dot x. Why using, sir, dot?
yeah, that this is nothing but the attributes.
But you have not defined, right,
Attributes.
Faisal? That is attribute fine, but that is not part of the class function, the class body.
No, we can, yeah, we can just create it like that. Okay. So I
So, but
mean,
how we can create without any
see,
logic in that? See,
see,
see, you are creating an object dot underscore one, which is of type
we can
dot.
we can create an object without you, like the object without x and y. Okay, let's say
Mm-hmm.
dot.
Sir, attribute created two types: pass the value or taking.
So, sir, that attribute x and y is the local to that class.
Yes, I mean, not the class. This is an, oh, wait 1 second, I'll just remove it. Hold on.
No, because that will give there's no logic if you define like that without a part of the class.
So no. This is just for the explanation purpose. I'll just show you, like, this is not the next topic. That
Okay,
next topic is coming here. Like, I need to talk to you
Let
about
us complete.
constructor.
Okay, fine,
Yeah,
fine. We'll wait. We'll wait.
yeah. So a constructor, like, we need a constructor. Okay, a constructor is needed to solve the problem. Like, you, if you have like something, let's say, okay, I'll just create one cell and just write you. Like, I'm just going to create another object. Let's say, now this object is completely different, right? And one second, hold on. I'll just write here. What's the name of the class? But let me just write you. Okay. So I'll write dot underscore two, and let's say I'll write dot underscore two dot x here. Okay, and I'll try to print what will be the output.
Null. It should be null.
It should give us error
Hmm.
because the attribute, you see this, I'm calling this
Correct,
as an
correct.
attribute again and again, because this attribute x is not defined because we did it here.
Correct.
I mean dot x, if I show you here. Okay, now dot underscore two dot x, because this is the problem now. So to overcome this problem, we have constructed. So we can create a dot object without an x and y attribute. Okay, so let's say you have dot underscore one, okay, equals to the same thing. That's it. And wait, dot one dot x attribute error. Okay, so this is the error again and again I'm talking about, dot x. So it is possible to have dot underscore one object without x and y. To solve this problem, we use constructor, and a constructor is a function that gets called at the time of creating an object. remember this, okay? A constructor is a function that gets called at the time of creating an object. Okay. Let me now suppose now I have dot underscore one equals to okay. I'll try to print. So for this function now, which I'm going to print like the object, for this to give the right output, we will have to add a special method called as constructor. Okay. So we have this thing init. Init means initialized. Okay. Init means initialized. So let's say I'll just copy this. I'm creating a class. Okay. And after creating this class, I'm going to define a function def underscore underscore init underscore underscore. I'm going to pass self, okay, comma x, comma y, okay, colon. All right. Now, just give me a minute. Okay, hold on. Just you guys have a break of 10 minutes. Okay, just give me 10 minutes break. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Guys, I'm back. Hello.
Yes, sir. Back.
Okay. Now, so I'm passing this x and y as a parameter. Now, this is the function. This is the function or method called, like, when we create, like, let's say I created an object dot underscore one. Okay. So when I created this object, this init was already like there. Like, so this is the function which gets like called whenever you create an object. A constructor is a function that gets called at the time of creating an object. So whenever you create an object, this function is called automatically. Clear?
Okay, sir. Sir, so one small doubt. This self, that argument is mandatory.
Yes, it is. Because self is the reference to the current object. I'll just show you. I'll just show you. Wait.
Okay.
Now, I'll write in it. And inside this, all right, self dot x. X is nothing but my attribute equals to x. Okay. This is nothing but the argument. What will be the argument that we are going to pass? Next, self.
So self dot x alone, that part is only local to that dot class, right?
Yes, yes. It's uh self is the reference to the current object. So whatever the object will be, dot x is the attribute, and it is equals to the argument. Okay. Now equals to y. Let's say now I'll write what? Just run this. Right? Dot
Sir, sir, so you don't have to give two spaces after that init ends.
two spaces here.
No, after the y, self dot y equal to y. In line number
Here.
4, you are defining na that self
Hmm.
y equal to y. So space is not required after that. Just to
No,
confirm that. Okay, okay,
not
okay,
required,
sir.
not required.
Okay, okay.
Anyway, the whatever way you want to write, you can give spaces, spaces, or not anything.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, self
Hmm.
dot y equal to anything or only y?
Self dot y is attribute. Y is the argument that we are going to pass now. Okay.
Argument which pass anything only y if taking dot
It
y
can be, it can be, it can be anything. I'll
okay.
just show you. Hold on. See. Um,
So the right one, in the right side of the equal sign, you have given y, right? So that is coming from that argument, right? Y.
see, try to understand. I'm telling you that this is the attribute and this is the argument. So it is coming from here, the argument, and whatever dot x is, like, we are going to pass here now. I'll just show you. Listen. Okay. I'll just print. Let's say I'll print.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you also print that self?
Okay.
No, 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 sir. Inside the init function, can you call that print self? Means after the line number 4, can you print self? Yeah, just that only. Yeah.
It's not going to do anything. It's just like working as a cell. You just wait for some time. Okay, hold on.
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah, just
Yeah.
to see what value is containing. Okay.
Okay. So now let's say uh dot underscore 1 dot x is giving me the object. Which object? Dot object created at the this location. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This I'm writing dot x. This is x. I'm passing this as an argument. So it's going here. This is the class, right? This is an object. So when I print this dot x, I'm coming here. 10 is going here. 10 and y is going here inside. If you do dot x equals to x as the like this is the attribute, this is the argument coming here. So dot x, when I do dot x, this is the attribute. Clear?
Okay, sir. But sir, why did not it print 10?
It is printing 10, right?
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. I missed. Okay.
Hmm. Okay. Now this is a memory object. Uh let's say
So I think that is printing because you have given inside the init that print self.
which one?
No, sir. In that line number 5, you have print na that print self. So I think that is also printed. That is getting called.
Right. So yes, even yeah, I mean that is what. So yeah, I mean that is the one. Yes. So I'm going to just explain you the memory address that it is getting used here. So let's say you see this 27 B6 D49 FAF 0. This is nothing but the hexadecimal address.
So,
Okay.
sir, you are converting to that hexadecimal, right? So, by default, when it is printing, it is what kind of format, sir?
Hexa format.
No, no. So you are printing that inside
This
the
is the
hex.
memory. This is the
Okay.
memory address. Okay.
Yeah.
This is just for understanding purpose. Try to
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
This is the memory address, so that you can understand that how this number, like what is the binary number
Yeah.
that you're not understand. So it is nothing but the
Okay.
hexadecimal number.
Okay.
Okay.
So that object at that is the binary number, right? Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you guys understood now this the overall thing that you should understand in this class as of now is you should know that you have created a class, some class. Inside there is a definition underscore underscore init underscore. We have the self, which is nothing but calling itself. Okay. Self is the reference to the current object. So whatever the object that you are created, it's a reference to that object self. Okay. So constructor, what is a constructor? A constructor is a function that gets called at the time of creating an object. So once you create this object, this is called, this self is called on its own. Okay. Then when you write this like at that time it will run the methods and everything. These are the methods.
Sir,
Is this
when
clear?
we, sir, just to clarify one thing, when we
Mhm.
when we call that constructor init function will automatically call, right?
Yes. No, say not the constructor. Whenever you create an object, this is an object using the class name dot. Okay, this is an object. Okay, so when an object is created using the class dot, whenever an object is created, this init function will be automatically executed if it is defined. If it is not defined, this particular you have to do it. Okay.
Okay, so dot one is the reference for that class, right? Object.
Dot one, where is dot one?
In line number cell 27, you are defining na, that dot one equal to dot
Where is
constructor.
dot one? Where is
Yeah,
dot one?
dot dot one equal to dot class constructor, right? So dot one is the actually that is the reference, right?
Dot underscore one is an object.
Okay, that is the object. Okay.
Okay. You guys understanding what I'm trying to teach you here? Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now let's say dot underscore one dot x equals to 10. So one dot y equals to 20. Print. Now you can create another object. Again, let's say dot one dot x equals to, let's say, 11. And you come down and you print dot underscore one dot x. You see this?
Yes.
I just updated the dot underscore x equals to 11, and when I print dot underscore one dot x, I'm getting 11.
So that value is getting overridden.
Yeah, you can say that we have assigned some other like that attribute to some other value. Okay. This x is nothing but an attribute. Clear? So just tell me, in this, what all doubts do you have now? Like this particular thing, we have created dot class dot, then this init constructor. Okay, by default, this particular init get initialized whenever an object is created. Okay, then there is this function in a normal language when we call about, like when you talk about oops, there's a method inside the class dot, and this the, like when you do print the dot underscore one dot x, you get the object. I mean, when you do this thing, print self, you'll get the object. And these are the thing, like what are the doubts that you guys have? Can you just tell me?
Sir, so in the cell 27, in the left side, you have defined dot one equal to dot constructor 10 comma 20.
Cell number?
Cell number 27.
Okay, yeah, this one.
Yeah, so
They
if you,
don't say dot one, just
yeah,
call the whole name properly.
dot
Dot
underscore one,
underscore.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so in the right side of the equal sign, if you didn't have assigned anything, we couldn't able to call that x, right?
Right, because if you don't pass an argument here and you pass just the parameter, like what will be the output? Nothing. Okay.
Sir, if self dot x equal to x, I'm not taking, then what will happen?
See, it was X, right? Getting error. Init missing one required positional argument Y. Clear? Is this clear?
Okay, and if instead of dot underscore 1 equal to dot constructor 10 comma 20, if you would have just
Dot
defined dot.
what are you saying? Wait, what dot one underscore one? Repeat that again slowly.
Yes, sir, that dot 1 underscore 1, right? So
Yes, this
in
one.
line number 1, if you would have defined that dot 1 underscore 1 equal to 5 or 10, then can we access the x or no? Right? Okay, we need to
We
mandatorily call
cannot.
that. Okay, we
We
need to
cannot.
mandatorily call that
Have you
constructor. Okay.
please watch previous videos? Seriously, I mean, just hold on. I mean, these are the concept needs to understand. I mean, you are just asking me about the variable naming thing. Just concentrate in the topic, please. See, uh, we will try to create a two object. Okay, so this particular thing underscore underscore init underscore underscore. This is double underscore, and this init function is like a special method or like magic function you can call. And this double underscore is nothing but dunder. We call this as dunder. Okay. In Python, you call this as dunder because double underscore. Okay. That is why like we call it as dunder. So let's say
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Why isn't it printing print move and print draw, like move and draw?
because I
Like we are
haven't
calling
called
the
that method.
class.
Because I haven't called that method.
Okay, but
See,
you have called that class. No, dot is the whole class. It has this.
yes, because I'm not printing that now. I mean, I'm not doing it. So it is just printing this thing. We haven't called this method. This is another method. This is another method. And when you run, when you create an object, this particular gets run, executed. This is the constructor, right? It automatically gets executed. That's why, like when you do this, you're getting it. I haven't called it. Okay.
Hello, sir. If you don't mind, what you told that underscore underscore, what is that, sir?
It's a constructor.
Okay, okay.
Constructor is
Underscore
getting
underscore
initialized.
init. Okay, okay.
You said done, right? Something you said.
Dunder. Double
What
underscore is
Done.
called as dunder.
done
D-U-N-D.
done?
Done.
Okay, okay.
Dunder.
Oh, spell
D-U-N-D-E-R.
den. Oh, D-U-L-D-U-R or Delder. Okay, okay, Delder.
D-U-D-U. Just wait.
D-U.
Wait. I'll just.
Sir, as that underscore underscore init is the part of the dot class. So, is it possible to
Oh,
print
Dunder.
that?
Okay, okay, done. Double underscore. Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
So, Faisal.
Yeah.
So, irrespective of, I mean, explicitly declaring a class variable,
Hmm.
if it is declared inside the constructor, so that will print the value. That is what I understand from your class body. Is that correct?
Repeat that again.
Irrespective of declaring the class variable explicitly, if we
Hmm.
define inside the constructor, that itself
Hmm.
is enough to print the class variable. Is it correct? So that
Say,
is what
yeah, I mean, yes, you create an object using the class dot. Using the class dot, you're creating an object. And you're calling the way you call the like the class, you have to write the name of the class and
That part I
write the
understood.
function.
That part I
Hmm.
understood. I mean, the body,
Yeah.
because the class body doesn't have explicit variable declaration. See, you are declaring inside the constructor and you are assigning the value. Okay.
Right. Right.
Okay. So that's what. So this works in this way, right? In Python.
Yeah. Yes. It works. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, sir, one small doubt. So, uh, suppose you would have defined any variable inside the dot, but inside the dot class, but without that should be outside of the def init. Means
What
what
should
I
be?
means what I'm trying
No,
to say.
is there?
Okay.
No, no, got it, got it. Let me explain. So, I
Okay.
mean, th- is there a way that you can define variables explicitly within the class body without a constructor?
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
See, you whenever you create, whenever there is this, you have to write self, because you have to write self, and it is going to, because in every method you might have different classes. You might have different attributes, right? So to chase with that attribute, we need to use self. So that using self dot x, self dot that parameter, you can call different attributes and you can change the value using that attribute. Clear?
No, 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 no. So the question is like, can we declare variable inside class body? Is it possible or not?
Can we declare variable inside class body?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Correct.
Like a equals to this and that. Like we actually don't do
No,
that.
just
I
like
mean,
int
the
int
class
x.
body. Yeah, yeah. I understood. Here itself, right? You're asking me that you can declare
Yes,
a
yes,
variable.
yes, yes.
You can
Yes.
do
Correct.
that,
Correct.
but
Correct.
that is, you can do that, but that is not that kind of, see, a equals to, we can just do it now. That is not going to create any problem, but then it's of no use as of now. I mean, according to
So,
the
so when you will create the object of the dot class, you will be able to access that variable which is present under the class, but not
no,
present under init. No.
no, because that is not in the scope. It's right outside. Like it's not in the scope. You cannot use that variable.
No, no. When you declare inside the class, it is within the scope, right?
See,
Hmm.
this this when you do a equals to 10, at
Okay.
least, I mean, this thing doesn't actually, what I'm trying to tell you is, I mean,
See,
what you are
constructor will
trying,
initialize the class variable. That is fine, but you
okay,
are explicitly assigning it, right?
wait 1 second. So what you're telling is like you want me to access this 10 using that class.
Dot underscore one dot a. It should print 10. Print. No, no. Print function.
So it's giving the output. See,
Okay, fine. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
fine. It works. Okay, got it. Thank you.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we don't do like this mostly. Like this class is mostly used to create an object. That's the, say, I mean, in the previous example, I mean, when you like some, maybe you missed the some like 10 to 15 minutes in that, like this is the blueprint, and with the help of this design, this is the class. I mean, just refer this as the class. Okay, class is nothing but a blueprint. Using this blueprint, we create a different object. So these are nothing but that object. And this is the method which does the functionality. It has specification, different specification like colors and different things, right? So this is what it is. Now, let me
Sir,
see. Okay, hold on.
sir, one small doubt. So we no need to call that underscore init method explicitly,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It is automatically getting executed. It is automatically getting executed whenever you create an object.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Like I want to run all the three functions that you have written, constructor and the move and draw. How can we do that?
You can just call it like this. Let's say so one dot. This is the method, right? When I say method, I have to use the class. The class name is dot. So, I mean, I'm using that only, and I've created an object. So using that, I can use the move method. See, move is running. I mean, I'm printing move. If you do this,
And is it mandatory to pass self as a parameter all the time?
yes, yes, yes,
Mandatory.
yes. You have to. I mean, it's not
So for all
mandatory,
the
but
function.
yeah, for not for all the functions. See, here
Hmm.
this self, to teach this self, I've written here, and then yeah, I mean, it is mandatory to write self
Can you
before
please
every.
remove that and try once, execute once, remove self and execute once? What happens?
It
Okay.
says move takes zero
Uh,
positional argument, but one was given.
what does it mean?
Line number 3, this one.
Hmm.
So we haven't given any argument here, but still it is telling that we have given an argument. What is that? This is nothing but self, like whatever the argument. I mean, uh, to solve that problem, we use self.
So though
Farhan,
there
this.
is,
Okay.
though constructor is taking three arguments, but if we pass two arguments, self is invisible.
Where is 3 argument?
Like constructor is that init function is taking three arguments, no, self
Right.
x y z.
Yes.
So
Self
when
xy.
you are
Yes.
calling the constructor, but you are not passing any self, right? You are just passing the x and y value.
This is self, right? I'm calling it self, right? So that it can call this inside. I can use this self dot x and
No,
y
that is
for.
only required within the class definition, but not while calling.
No, not while calling. No.
Okay, okay.
Got it? That's it.
Yeah.
Why don't I
And
get when
one,
he asked me the question? Why don't I get it? Hmm. Tell me.
Yeah. Yes.
okay.
I I think he was also asking to print that you print that dot one dot draw, right? So he was asking to print all the three functions. Like he was also telling dot one
It
underscore.
cannot
Uh,
see. Try to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Hold on. You guys are not understanding. See, this thing is one integer is one class. Integer is one class. In the module page is built-ins.py. Okay. And class is an integer. Inside the integer, I have different methods. Okay. I have different methods inside the integer. Now, exactly the same way, in the class dot, I have different method. To call that different method, I have to use it like this. Can you call dot append by just using dot underscore one? Can you do that?
uh, no, no, sir. That one I was not asking. I think somebody was asked not to print all the three functions. He was, I think, referring that including the init also, underscore underscore init.
Okay. So, so you want to print me this dot underscore one dot underscore init.
Correct,
This.
correct. That one only, I think he
That
was
is
asking.
wrong. That is
Yeah,
wrong. If it does
correct.
that, that is wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, okay. Mhm.
Mm, it's a constructor.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, that in line number one, that is it got called actually. Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Okay. And Faisal,
Hmm.
is there any default constructor just like in Java?
Uh, this is the you can call this as a default construct. I mean, you are if I mean yeah, you have to create this and it will get executed on its own. So, uh, I mean yeah, I mean there is I cannot say like there is any default constructor as of
Because
now.
what
Yeah.
happens if you
Hmm.
declare variable by default, it will call default constructor and it will assign null to the all the declared variables. Is it
Hmm.
work in the same way or like how in Python? That is a question.
See, I'm not sure about the Java very much. Okay, I mean, not
That's
in
fine,
that way.
but
So
is there some concept like this? Like what happens to the default constructor if it exists, or the concept is there or not?
okay, hold on.
Default constructor.
Say, I mean, I can say, I mean, there is no, like, as of now in Python, like, we don't have any concept of default constructor.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. No problem. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
So, let's
Sir, if
understand one.
you, sir, sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if you don't would have created that init function inside the class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we also call move method?
We just tried that, right?
Okay,
I
okay,
just,
okay. Yeah.
I was getting an error.
Okay, okay. Init function mandatorily we have to create. Okay.
I mean, see, you can create, but then,
No, he was asking like without init, can you execute move like that? You remove init and try to execute move.
we
Will
can
that
do that.
work?
Yeah.
It will
Okay.
work. Yeah, it will work. So that is required only to assign variables and print variables.
Yeah, to make like first I showed you the problems that we are getting, like we are not getting, we are getting the attribute error, like if we do this. And to solve this problem, we have to do this, like we have to use the constructor.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. To overcome that problem. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's say, hmm, let me do one thing. So let's say I'm going to create a class from this house. Class house is created now. Okay, I say h1 equals to the house, h2 h3
Sir,
so
what is the difference
yes,
between pass or breaks? Pass and breaks. Break.
pass will pass, like i- if I don't write pass, it is going to throw me an error. Okay, and I'm passing that so that I just want to create the class house. And break is something like you just break and stop the execution. It will just stop the execution. Pass will pass it. Okay,
Okay.
now h1 h2 h3. Okay, so now here h1 h2 h3 are the object of the class what, house. Okay, now let's say, all right, print type of h1. You see this class underscore underscore main underscore underscore dot house. So you know this is the class name. Okay, but what this
So
is, like
H1,
underscore.
H1 is of type house. Okay, what is main?
So we are just printing the type of the object that we have here, h1.
Main
So
is the
this,
default constructor.
So what is
so
main?
yeah, I'm explaining that what is main. Just understand
Okay,
that this dot house is the class name.
type.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah. And underscore underscore main underscore underscore is nothing but you create a module, right? When you create the module, if the function is defined in that module itself, that is nothing but underscore underscore main, which means it is in that module. Let's say what I'm trying to tell you here is You remember we did an thing here. I'll just show you where is it. In this dot py, what do we have?
So class is also a module.
No, no, please. Hold on.
Okay,
Questions are
main is
not
a
making
module and
questions are
main
not
is a
making
module.
sense. Yes, main is the module. Main
Under
is the
that, we
module.
have that class definition. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Hold on. I just want to explain this concept. Hold on. This is a thing that you should understand. Just listen. Okay. We
Okay.
have a module. We have a module underscore dot add. Okay. Um, I'll just call this module here. Okay. Um, import module. Import my underscore module. Okay. As m. So now let's say m dot module underscore dot add. M
So that
dot,
is a function, right?
which is a function. Which is a function. This is a function. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
it is a function.
okay, sir.
So I'm calling m dot module dot add. I can add any number here, 10.20. And I can just put here, let's say x1. Okay. So it's the subtraction. It's the subtraction. Okay. Let's just
Any .py file is module.
what?
Sir, that .py
No.
file
Hold
is
on. No. This py is the module. Yes. Dot py is the module.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Yeah.
I have to import this again. Why is it still giving me this? Import module as okay. I should have interrupted the kernel way before. I did it now. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so I have imported the module. I am doing the addition operation. I'm calling this X. Okay. Now, if you say this class house if you do this, I have to run everything. Hold on. Pass the object. Type of H1. Yeah. Now this was the topic underscore main. Okay. Now this is my, if you check here, print type, it is giving me class end with add. It's giving me class function. Okay. Now this is some other thing, like this particular add is the object of class function. This add is an object in class function. Okay. Now,
Got it. Okay.
yeah. Now
Okay.
let me just tell you. So this underscore main is nothing but that particular object. That particular object is created in that main page. Okay. Now, if I call this here mm.add, I'm calling that function from that page to here. And when you call that function here, it is not going to give you the like main object. It is not going to give you that it belongs to this main object. It actually belongs to this page, this object here that you have created. Okay. So that is why whenever an object which is created here, the function, whatever it is, underscore main means that it is created in the main .py file. Getting it?
That's why you're using.
That's why we are getting underscore main dot if I'm typing h1.
Main dot py file. This is a present page or anything?
Present. It's a module like this. It's a module like this. This, see.
Where it is present? Man? Inside the library.
What module?
Main. Where we can see main? Is it possible to see main file?
No. I mean, what I mean to say is main.py. It's not that main, like normal module.py. That's what I meant. Like this is my one second.
No, Faisal. See, actually,
Wait.
that
I'll show
module.
you. I got it. See, this class end in module built-ins.py. Okay. This class is in built-ins.py. So in that same way, this add is in built module.py. Okay. So this, when you check, when you see something underscore main, so that means it is actually the main function that is physically present there. It is not getting called from some other module.py or some other page, other module. So underscore main means I belongs to this particular module.
Okay. But
I'm physically there present.
How you are establishing that relation with these examples?
Wait, I'll
It's not clear. See, what you have done from my module.py, you called a function and you printed the type of that function. It printed it is of type function. So what does it mean? The function declared in that module file, it automatically, not automatically, implicitly connected to the class function, right?
So
that is what it is giving that meaning.
No,
the function declared inside the module file, it is of type function.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it is a type of function. Yes.
Correct. But you are establishing relationship with the module files. How you are doing that?
So that thing I need to show you. Like I'll show you in the next class. Is that okay? That thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. We know.
Because
I mean,
it is the concept. I can tell you that I'm telling, like, just remember the concept that which I told you. It is true, and I'll let you know in the practical way in the next class.
what I mean thinking is like you wanted to say this
Hmm.
all these class file
Hmm.
is implicitly connected to main. That's what you want to say?
Yes, let's say I'll just write type of print, none type. Wait 1 second. Let me just write help print. So you see this help on built-in function. Print is a function. Okay, it's in the module built-ins.py. So what I'm trying to tell you here is print is not an object. You cannot call print as an object. You can call list as an object. You can call integer as an object. All the data types that you have, you can call that as an object. Let's say complex. You know complex, right? See, it's a class complex in module built-ins.py. I mean, I'm just telling, like, this is a file that is created inside, like you can have see. Okay, so but then when you do
No,
help
no,
print,
no, further. It is not clear. So I think we need proper explanation on this. Otherwise, we'll
yeah,
get
yeah, this
confused.
underscore main, right? I told you
Okay.
that
Okay.
I will clear this doubt in the next
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
Please
I
do
mean,
that. Yeah, take your
yeah,
time
yeah,
and clear it. But I think now
yeah,
it is not that clear. It will
yeah, yeah.
simply create confusion. Yeah.
No, in the practical way, it is going to take much more time. So that's why, like, I'll
No,
just
no problem. Okay,
mhm.
okay.
Okay. So that's the thing. So I'm just giving you some information regarding the class and everything. So it's just like you need to know about this. Like, it's good if you need, if you know this. That's the thing. So when you do print, what is the type of print? Print none type. Okay, the data types that we have in Python, everything is an object, the data type. Okay, now when I say help a print, I'm getting that it's a built-in function. Okay, when I say help complex, it is not giving me that it's a built-in function, but it is the class complex in the module built-ins.py. Okay, and now this thing, like, this has different methods inside it. Now let's say it's image and real. It's the, like, it is defined here. The let's say the attributes, you can say. So you know, right? Uh let's say a equals to 10 plus 20j. Okay, you run this and you write a dot image. You don't write method, right? You just run this. You get the result, right? So this is not a method, it's a descriptors. Okay, these are not methods. So for method you write like this, right? Understandable.
Yeah. That is yeah. Good
Yes,
getting it.
sir.
So what
And
is print? It is displaying help of print. What it is displaying? Help of print. Okay.
it's just telling us
It's
that
a
it's a built-in
built-in
function.
function.
Print in module built-ins.
Okay, it's not a class. It's directly a function. Whereas
Yes, it's a
complex
fun.
is a class.
Yes,
That is a
complex is a
difference.
class. Yes.
Okay, but okay, I got that. Just for the sake of knowledge, I'm asking. So if
Hmm.
print is not a function, sorry, it's directly a function. So under which type it is declared then?
None type.
See, function should be declared within a class, right? What is the default class for print then?
See,
Correct, right?
it doesn't have any class. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Print is a
Got it.
function.
I
Yeah.
got it by the definition of here. So is
Yes.
there like how under which body it is declared? I mean, I'm just thinking about that.
It's in the
Every function has to be declared in a class. That is what the OOP says, right?
no,
So
no,
there.
no, no. That is what I'm trying to tell you. This print is not defined in a class. It's just a built-in function. Like, it doesn't have a
Hmm.
class. It's a function, not like default function. I mean, like, it's
Okay.
a print. Yeah, like length function
Okay,
and
so we
everything.
should
It is,
understand like this. Kernel
yeah,
will directly go to built-in file and it will check for the print and it will print.
yes,
I mean, it will call that. That's how it
exactly,
is.
exactly,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay, okay.
So, I mean, there is like the information you can add here if you want to. Where did I write this thing?
Yeah, please do that. For print, like kernel will search in built-in and it will call directly. Whereas in case of
Mm.
other thing, yeah, we have a class and from that it will create object and call other functions like.
Let's say I'll just create a function now. Let me write here add. Um, I've already created one function add, I think. So this was the function, right? Add. This- Call this function add. And let's say I'm going to add 10, 30. Okay. I do help on add, help on function. Yes, that's a function. Okay. So I'm getting that it's from the module main. So it's in the main, like it's in this page. Like it is getting called from this page itself, not from the other page. Okay. Now let's say def, I'll write here add and I'll write here num1. Let's say the a comma b. Write here this function x 2 and x. Right. Okay. A, B. Help. See this? We are getting the like this is the document that we're creating here, and we are just printing the document. Okay, clear?
Okay, and that document name is module main. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, about this underscore main, rest assured, like I'll just take this thing in the next session. I want to import this and everything, and I want to show you. So I'll just do it in the next class, the first thing, and then we'll proceed further. So let me just tell you like what all we did now. Like we try to understand the object-oriented programming. It's actually a way of programming which is oriented towards object or real life entities. Okay. So class is nothing but a design, a mold of an idle or a blueprint. Like we use a template to create an object, like entities. Understand entities. Class has specification, properties, attributes, and it has the functionality which is called as like behavior, you can say. So object is the entity that is created using the class. An object is an instance of a class. So we'll understand further more things. Okay. So we did like creating a class. We did understand what a class is, how to create a class. Okay. So we will try to understand further more things about the OOPS concept. Okay.
Okay, okay, and also please check the default constructor, all those stuff, constructor part.
No, we actually don't have default constructor in I
Default.
mean,
Or you are sure,
yeah.
right? You said as of now, no, you said before.
No, see, there is no concept of default constructor in like like in other, like you were comparing it with the Java, right? So
Yes.
yeah, we don't have in Python.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you.
So we
If that is
can
the case,
like this constructor, like we have the constructor, like it's a special method, we can say, and it's the constructor. That's it. While creating an object. So the when I tell you that a constructor, right? So it's nothing but an instance of a class. Okay.
Yes.
All right, then whatever I taught you, please go through it. If your Python basics are clear and good enough, then only you'll be understanding OOPS. If it is not clear, then it is really hard for me and for you as well. Okay. So just make sure that you know Python very well, properly. Clear?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You guys have a good night. I mean, take care.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yep. Thank you. I
Thank you,
hope
sir.
you guys understand, right? Like whatever I taught you today, you got it properly.
no, that module part I'm not clear, and
Don't
also that
worry. I'm telling you, don't worry
yeah,
about that. The underscore main thing.
and
It will
main
be done.
yeah everything. So that connection should be. I mean, you can explain clearly
We
tomorrow.
will see. We will this connection you're talking about, right? This thing you're talking about, this connection, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll
So
show you that. I'll show you that. This house thing. Yeah.
okay, and
Okay.
okay, the function class function. You said all the function will associate to class function, right? That is for
All the
sure.
function. All the function.
Because the type of function. See, print type add line number 33, row number 33.
Okay.
Okay, print type add the type, it belongs to function class type.
Yes. Class function.
Uh,
Yes.
okay, so
There is
all
a
function. Okay,
yes. Yes.
so
All
what is the
function. If you type whatever
uh,
the see, this class is
mm,
nothing but the function. So it's a class that is created by Python. So it is that, like, it has been created there in that class. Okay.
okay, any class defined in modules are automatically connects to the function class.
Not any class. You can just get the class of your as well. See, um, see, wait one second.
If you go to my module.py and if you add
Uh,
one more function there,
now you see. No, wait. Now you see this
uh,
add a comma b, right? So if I write
correct.
right, yes. I'm getting this. It's not like if you create that in module. It's about, like, what I'm trying to say is, in general way, try to understand that this particular function, it belongs to the class function. Okay. Clear?
Okay, that also belongs to function, right?
Yes. It's not that this add thing, I'm connecting this with a module. No, I'm just trying to tell you that any function that is created, it belongs to the class function. Same class like this. The way this is class complex. There is a class function. Okay.
Okay, that is clear. Okay, now it is clear. Okay, got it.
All right. So we'll wrap up for the day time. I mean now, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. So everything
Okay, yeah,
here,
makes sense.
rather than this, like everything here, rather than this is like it
Okay,
makes
we can
sense, right,
talk
for you
about main
guys?
tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the start of OOPS
Okay.
concept, and we have to do more. Like we have encapsulation, the other things, abstraction.
Yes,
There's
it
some,
makes yes.
yeah. So we have to learn it line by line. First, we have to understand what are classes, what are objects. Then after we know that, and we'll proceed further accordingly. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, and you guys have a
Yeah. Yeah.
take care.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks.